All right, let's look at example 3, where we're going to write equations for real-world problems. These were just math sentences that we've been practicing with, but we're going to work with real-world problems. We're still going to have 4 steps, but we're going to do it in a little bit different way. We're going to find the unknown first, right? And then we're going to find the total or the end result, which is going to be kind of like the equality portion. And then we're going to identify the math operation that we need to do to perform this. And then we're going to write our equation. So we kind of do steps 1 and 2 backwards. Step 3 is pretty similar. Step 4 is the same. Let's look at an example. It tells us to write an algebraic equation to model the situation. Do not solve. So part A tells us to find the birth weight, right? I'm not going to write every word up here just for the sake of time. Find the birth weight of a 5-week-old kitten. So our kitten is 5 weeks old that has quadrupled its birth weight and now weighs 1 pound. So it now weighs 1 pound. So I'm just going to kind of write our problem in shorthand. So the first thing that we want to know is identify the unknown. Well, that's the birth weight, right? We don't know what this kitten weighed at birth. So we're going to find our unknown and assign a variable to it, okay? Let's see, let's use a different color here. So we're going to say that's X. The birth weight is X. I don't know how much this kitten weighed, right? The next thing we need to do is see what are we looking for. We're looking for the end result. The end result is that it now weighs 1 pound. Okay, so 1 pound is our end result. We're looking for our math operation. And this is a key word right here. What does quadrupled mean? It means it's 4 times larger, right? If something doubles, it's twice as big. If it triples, it's 3 times as big. And if it quadruples, now it's 4 times as big. So this kitten has quadrupled its birth weight. So that means times 4. It's gotten 4 times bigger. So that's the math operation that we're probably going to do. And now we're going to write an equation. Now notice, we know that this kitten is 5 weeks old, but that's really irrelevant to our problem. We don't need to know how old it is. We just need to know what it weighs now, how much its weight has changed, so that we can find where it started. So let's make an equation. We're going to say the birth weight of this kitten times 4 will equal 1 pound. We can write it like this, or we can simply say 4x equals 1, right? So this math equation will tell us what this kitten weighed when it was born. Now, part B tells us to find the additional number of pounds this kitten needs to gain to weigh 4 pounds by age 16 weeks. Okay? So, let's see. We know that it weighs 1 pound right now. We made our equation 4x equals 1 to show its birth weight, but we don't really need to know what it weighed at birth to figure out how much more weight it needs to gain. So we can get rid of all this information here, and we can say, what's the unknown? How much weight to gain, right? That's our unknown. What's the end result? Well, the end result is going to be that it weighs 4 pounds. What's the math operation? The math operation is going to be addition, right? Because I just need to know how much weight it needs to gain. And that tells me I'm going to use addition. So I'm going to say if this kitten weighs 1 pound right now, 1 plus X equals 4 pounds. 1 is the weight now. X is how much it needs to gain to equal 4, which is going to be my end result. That's where I want to end up. 1 plus X equals 4. And that'll help me know how much weight this kitten needs to gain if it's going to be 4 pounds when it turns 16 weeks old. Now on page 222, we see skill check B, where there are 2 problems that we can write equations for. And again, it tells us do not solve. And then let's look at our assignment for this lesson. We're going to do 1 through 13 all. And then let's do 15 through 27 odd. And then we can do problem 29. And problem 32. Problem 35. Problem 36. And then our cumulative review. Okay?